Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Steps Basic, and welcome back to my community show. Bum, ba, bum, doop, doop. Anyway, so today we got a fun little review. I actually have a plan for something I'm going to do next week, which will be fun. Today, see, my editing software, as you all know, I've done videos about it before, is called Filmora. Wondershare Filmora. Or Filmora Wondershare. Wondershare Filmora. Okay. But they recently did an update for it, which was Filmora 9. Now, I've been using Filmora 8.7 for a long time. It's beautiful. It worked great. I've been doing so well with it. And then they updated it. Now, the thing is that they didn't just update it so much as they basically rebuilt it. And as such, these things come with bugs. Yes, bugs. Bad bugs. So what we have here is we're going to be doing a review on their new layout, their new setup and everything. Hi-hat, move. Okay, so here we go. We have ourselves Filmora right here. As you can tell, it looks a little bit different. So we're going to start off with the good things, the things that I like about it. First of all, much faster export. Much faster. Like just for a single video, you can expect half the time of the video to export. Take, for example, the video that I have worked on for today, which will be Outlast 2, which has either gone up already or is going to be going up already. Now, here we have this thing where it's like talking about making a proxy for the video. Yeah, it makes it a little quicker, a little bit better for the editing process altogether. They have made it so that you can export things into 60 FPS, which is amazing. It looks very beautiful. It used to be just 25 FPS. And as you see, when I add this to the project, it asked me, the resolution or frame rate of the media does not match the current project. Do you want to change it? Yes, match the media. Now, the one big problem with this is, I'm not sure if it's my computer or their software, but you see that? Well, first of all, it's not caught up to itself, so you have to wait for it to buffer a bit into 60 FPS. But you see the way he's jumpy like that. Now, after it's caught up to itself and has fully formatted and everything, then it runs pretty smoothly. But the audio desyncs horribly, like half a second desync. That doesn't affect the end product, but while you're editing, it is very distracting, very annoying. But like I said, if it doesn't affect the overall video, the end product, then it's fine. A bit of an issue, but not too much of one. Now, a couple of the bad things. Now, one of the things that I liked about the previous Filmora was that you could take your videos, you add your video, and then you add your picture-in-picture to it. And you could do what they called a mask, whereas you could adjust the frame rate or the frame of it. I used to do the beveled edges. If you look at my other old videos, you'll see that all my pictures have a beveled edge, which was fun, and I liked it because it set my pictures apart from a lot of other people who just do the square. Now, unless it's hidden in here somewhere and I can't find it, you can't do that anymore. Because it used to be you just click here, you go to your motion, and it would have an advanced tab right here so that you could click that and you go to apply the mask. But it's not there anymore, and I hate that. I miss it. I love that. Instead now, you can crop and zoom it like you do with these, like you used to be able to do with the other things. And you can set the original ratios and everything where you can adjust how you want it. Or, as I like to put it for the picture-in-picture, 4:3. And, of course, you can frame yourself in it, and it's fine. But I missed the beveled edges. I know it may be a little bit of a gripe, but I missed them. Oh, sorry. Apart from that, the save functionality is broken. Like, you'll see I have this project right here. Automatic backup file has been detected. Would you like to use this backup file? No. All right, so here is the project. Now, well, I call it broken. I'm not sure if it's going to do it still, but when I was editing it before, and I had the full save file, I've done this a few times. This was on my Warframe video. Whenever I would cut too much, the system would just crash. The whole thing would just shut down. Now that save functionality being broken is bad. I think it allowed me up to like 10 cuts before it started crashing every time. And then the backup wouldn't work, and if you saved just before that crash, there was no way you could fix it. And the save would just become corrupted. Trying to recreate the fault. Okay, so apparently it's not going to do it for me now that I want to show it off. That sucks. I mean, maybe I'm like one cut away from doing it, but you know, I'm not going to sit here and waste the entire time. The whole reason it had a backup was because it crashed when I was doing that, as an example. Now, another issue I've had is I delete everything, and then I go to close it, and it's like, do you want to save your changes? No. Everything I want to show is all of a sudden working just fine. Every time I would do that, it would crash as well, which is kind of funny. So this shows one other thing that I have a problem with. Go away. None of the imported media files I put in here are still saved in here, which sucks. Because now I have to, because the way I used to do it before was I'd put in all my end screens, all my branding things, everything all in here automatically. So that kind of sucks because now I have to do it every time I need to do that. Now, titles. These are the standard Filmora ones. I have made 2 of my custom ones. I had to remake them because they didn't carry over, which sucks. Moreover, a lot of my fonts are missing. Like, I don't have my Eager Naturalist one. Is not here, which is my standard thing. Now, I do have the old resources pack, but when I tried to upload them into the files, it said it requires Filmora 8.1 or higher. This is Filmora 9. It should be able to download my old resources pack. So that in and of itself is one that doesn't work. I cannot put those in there, which means that my fonts are missing. Some of the screens that I make are missing. Instead, I have to use these ones for now until I can get the other ones. Now, I re-downloaded Doodle Pack through the store itself rather than through what I usually do. But like a lot of the ones that I used to use are gone now, including the subtitles I used to use for my favorite ones are gone now. Hey, it's got a U in it. That's weird. But that's inconvenient, but not too much of a bad thing. To be perfectly honest, I'd say keep it at frame 25. So when you import your video into the Filmora, sorry, wrong one. When you import your video into Filmora, do that, and then put it down here, but keep it, don't change it. That way you don't run into the same issue of the bad buffer. So you don't run into that issue of the bad buffer. Like I said, most of these bugs are inconvenient. Like when I opened it up and it was like We're going to create a preference for you. I've clicked the "Don't show me this again" several times. They said create the preview thing, but don't show it to me again. But it keeps doing that. So maybe they fixed it. Maybe they fixed it, and I just didn't notice them fixing it because that was a big issue that I had. And so yay, because right, what I'm talking about is what happened with 9.01.4 version. So they could have gone in and fixed some stuff already, but this is fairly new. They haven't fixed the this part yet. And they haven't fixed the whole, it always asks me every time, even though I've clicked this button so many times, don't show me. And then when I click it in here, when you click this always ask. Actually leave this one on though. Don't change. Because sometimes, honestly, stick to 25 frames per second with the basic, the Filmora basic thing. Sure you want to delete second? Yes. A few other things that are minor inconvenience. I probably shouldn't have deleted that because I need it back. A few other things that are minorly inconvenient. Don't change. Like, shut up. When I cut here, shut up. And I cut here, and I delete this part, it doesn't automatically ripple back anymore, which I don't like, because then I have to do that. One thing that they did change that I do like, but is inconvenient because I have to unlearn what I used to do, is because you can click on there, and it doesn't automatically jump to the front of the clip. You have to double click, which is actually a little bit better, but I have to unlearn what I've done before, because used to be you just have to click it and then it goes. Now they do have preferences and whatnot that you can adjust to your liking, like where you can send things to, and your effect packs and your editing. You can change the duration of your videos or your photos, your transitions, your effects, etc., where you save it and where it backs it up. You can affect your output and whatnot. This actually might help my frames per second whatnot. And this will automatically create proxies when your resolution is higher than that. Oh yeah, project settings. You could affect your aspect ratio, where all my aspect ratios are always going to be that. And you can affect your frame rate up to 60. But of course I keep it at 25 because that functions better in my computer. Here are your tools. Some things have changed, like the audio manager. You can't just crank it up to 100 on all the things. It's all based on the decibels now. But one thing I do actually kind of think is really cool is now you can actually affect the volume of individual clips like this. Pretty neat. I missed the masks. I really want those back. Something else I was missing. So some things I still need to relearn, and some things I need to learn new. So there's some differences to the layout I don't like. Missing things that they've taken out that they shouldn't have taken out that I think they need to put back in. There are a few other things that I really still like. This is your audio mixer, so you can affect the audio here, which is the basic overall audio, and then you can come back into the video and change the audio here too. I already did that though. Or down here if you want to. Now there was supposed to be, I don't see it, but there's supposed to be a way that you can address the audio in just certain segments of the video. Apparently not. Okay. Audio, nothing's really changed here except I have to re-download all the songs that I'd already downloaded, and that kind of sucks. And there's no new songs yet. Effects, these are all the same. These are your overlays and your filters. These are all the same. I still have to find the ones that I liked and re-add those elements, etc. Nothing has really changed there except now that you can add them to your picture-in-picture as well. Well, technically, these are all picture-in-picture, whatnot. But like, say I took this into the picture-in-picture area, I could apply an effect to just the picture-in-picture. Like I can turn my picture-in-picture black and white. Shut up. Apply. Ah. So far, overall, it's a new program, so they've got bugs. They're going to have bugs. And we can fix that and hopefully get that right. Apart from that, overall, it's still really good. And the enhanced export times just make things so much more streamlined. And I love it. I like the higher frames per second, but at the same time, I don't like the jitteriness. I mean, granted, I use 2 screens, and I can't do it on the big screen. And the reason why it's doing so badly now, because he wasn't performing nearly as badly when I was doing it on my own, is because I'm recording, using more CPU. But apart from that, I still like this editing software. It is the cheapest, the cheapest for value of the editing softwares. Like, there's still no animating function, so you have to animate it on your own or use the preset ones that they've made. But I don't really like those. They got a new color here too. They got the checkerboard color, which is cool. But overall, it still works out really well. And now they've changed the thing where you can buy the product and then subscribe, and you get access to everything in the video effects library. Whereas before it used to be you pay for each individual one, and in the long run this will actually save you a bit more money from the look of things. So overall, I still say that Filmora is the best for the value, and I still love Filmora. I love the people who work on it. I love the program itself, and it's a new buggy format, and when and if they get things fixed, hopefully we'll see a better improvement with the overall status of the program. Because new programs are always buggy. But anyway, that's essentially it for today's review of Filmora. Hopefully you guys found this informative. I know it doesn't really apply to everybody. If you don't do any video editing, why are you going to care about Filmora, right? But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, I hope you did. Please go ahead and poke that like button for me. If you'd like to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you want to see anything in particular, make sure to comment that down in the comment section down below. And I will get back to you as soon as I can, when I can, if I can. You know all that jazz. And tune in next time for another video at another time. And until then, good night.